What make you more attractive to women? Men need to focus more on looks if they want more attractive in the current dating. The worst dating myth ever has to be notorious. Looks don't matter bro, along with runner-ups, just be confident or be yourself. Any average or below average looking guy who has spent time and money dating knows this isn't true. Cold approach is becoming less socially acceptable in the most common places. To meet girls in 2020 is either through dating apps or clubs/bars, the two places where looks are critical. Because men are told looks don't matter and believe they can't change them. They don't bother, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Face and skin, by far the most important, it's the first thing women see when they look at you and what they spend most of their time looking at. Face can really make or break you, especially your eyes. All men trying to have an active dating life should get a skincare routine. With your basics: moisturizers, exfoliators, daily lotion, even a mask. It can take years off you. Hair, facial too. So many guys see haircuts as more of a monthly chore, rather than a way to bump their appearance. This sucks, cause how you style your hair makes a world of difference. Ryan Reynolds or Chris Hemsworth can go from a 10 to 5 if you have balding middle-aged dad haircut. Nobody wants to spend $50 every time they sit in the barber's chair, but if you're taking photos on old, going on a date or pursuing women at the club, seriously focus on getting your hair cut professionally. Research the perfect hairstyles for your head shape or race, use shampoo/conditioner regularly and experiment. Fitness, this is a given and thankfully something many guys already focus on it. Every man should have a workout routine, not only for looking good for girls, but just the general health, confidence, and lifestyle benefits that come with it. Lifting makes the biggest difference if you are over and underweight, but even average build men can look night and day. To women, when they have wide shoulders, toned arms, and noticeable traps. Fashion, I mean, what's the point of having a killer body if you only wear oversized, worn-out t-shirts? To this day I've never seen a man with great fashion sense struggle with dating. And you don't have to be rich to dress good, remember, greatly styled cheap clothing, poorly fitted designer. Also learn the importance of accessories, watches, wristbands, necklaces. You'll be surprised how many times a woman will go out of their way to compliment what you're wearing. Bonus: find your ugliest feature and try your best to fix it. Fat? Hit the gym or diet. Big forehead? Look at the best haircut to cover it up. Wrinkles? Get a couple top-rated moisturizing creams. Do not follow this and expect to go from butt ugly to supermodel overnight. What you can expect is for it to bump you up 2 to 3 points in looks, and transition from being ugly to average or average to attractive. Give yourself 3-4 months to undergo a makeover with these tips in mind. And then try actively pursuing women. You'll find that girls will be more willing to conversate with you, stare and smile, or even approach you. And notice a significant improvement in your overall dating success. Can see that this post is getting some attention. To clarify, I am a male and my intention was not to get men to be shallow, but rather help them understand the reality that women, like men, do consider looks when choosing a partner. I know a lot of guys who think personality is everything in dating, and are insecure cause they have grown to believe that the reason they can't find a woman is cause they aren't sociable, confident, or have poor conversational skills, when in reality they are great guys with exceptional personalities. They just need to spend a bit less time on trying to be super personable, and a bit more time working on their appearance. Look at it like this analogy. Looks are like a resume and personality is the interview. You need to make sure both are good if you want any job. Great post. Unfortunately, this will fall on deaf ears. Reddit's demographics skews male nerds that doesn't want to follow trends or change for a woman. If they do happen to get a girl, and if she says anything about changing out of Star Wars tee for a crew button down, they will say she's shallow. The people that will turn off the games and actually work out will have a better success. Looks are like a resume and personality is the interview. You need to make sure both are good if you want any job. I wish I had an award to give you because that's a good analogy. I think this can be taken two ways. You have to make yourself better looking. How many take it, on surface comes off like that? Look like you give a shit about yourself. Maybe more how it should be framed? That's the big one, honestly. People shouldn't have to be in perfect physical condition. But they should at least take basic care of themselves, eat reasonably healthy, etc. I mean, I'm not gonna swipe on a woman that looks like she spends more time at the gym than I do on the computer. But if that's what you want, you can't be a couch potato, lol. I mean, yet. I don't expect to date a fitness queen. I'm just not attracted to fat women. I'm not going to judge a woman if she has a few extra pounds. But there's a big difference between that, fat, and obese. Similarly, I don't expect women to dress to the nines for a coffee date or drinks either. That said, I do expect them to at least dress like they're trying to keep a date interested. Not like they're fitting me in between laundry loads. I'm a pretty casual dresser, but have still been better dressed than all but one woman I've dated. Basically, I expect at minimum, slightly less effort than I put in. And enough manners to text me if they're going to be late. I'm often disappointed. Sorry, but for some reason I agree to a coffee date. He gets coffee date clothes. I go to grab coffee myself in leggings, sneakers, and a t-shirt I got for free from an event or something. If you want to see your date dressed nicely, go to a place that you dress nicely at. There's coffee date t-shirts and terrible t-shirts. If you show up wearing a terrible t-shirt and you're late, you're sending a message whether you want to or not. Leggings, sneakers, and a t-shirt are fine, and can still be an attractive look in a laid-back way, which suits me just fine. But if you look like you didn't even glance at a mirror, and still managed to run late without saying anything, I'm not even asking for people best foot forward here. Just a foot. Hell, doesn't even have to be a foot. Your third favorite finger forward might feel downright smothering at this point. I don't come late. I don't go late to anything. But I don't dress differently than I would if I was grabbing coffee with myself. Meaning I am still clean, but I don't style my hair, usually put in baseball cap or messy bun, no makeup, and free t-shirt. I don't own gross t-shirts with holes in them, so the t-shirts are fine. But they don't look good, you know? And effort matches effort. A coffee date level of effort gets coffee date level from me too. You might not be late ever, but the overwhelming majority of my dates are. I didn't always do coffee dates or drinks as the first date. That happened after lots of disappointments where I put in quite a lot of effort and got zero effort back. So now the first date is primarily for finding out two things. If the person I'm meeting is capable of basic courtesy, and if they can actually hold up their own end of a conversation. I might suggest lunch if things are going well, or a second date informed by whatever we've talked about. To mutate a Sun's quote, expect a cool date. Prepare for a boring one. I mean, that works for the people it works for. My hobbies are sausage fests, and at 31 / most people in my dating bracket and region are already hitched or haven't so old is pretty much the only practical game in town. Proper exfoliation, moisturizers, lotions, and skin masks can make a world of difference facially. Anyone that says it can't has probably not researched or brought enough to notice. Hair can literally be changed overnight, especially if you're not losing any. If you know you're balding, maybe try minoxidil. If that's your thing, not for everyone, or go bald. If you are bald and have facial hair, grow a beard. That's usually a great combo for bald men. If you have a weak jaw / a beard makes a massive difference. You need to realize your hair can affect your facial symmetry. To say you can't work on these is false. Most men never research to notice they can. You must know this is a ridiculous exaggeration. I know plenty of men who have nice skin. I am sure Steve Buscemi takes care of his skin too, doesn't make him more attractive. Not to mention, a huge amount of men can't grow beards, are bald and have weak chins and jaws. 2 of your examples go from Meg to good looking. Because when they lost weight they were lucky enough to have high cheekbones and a good jawline under there. I'm bailing, and I don't give a damn about all those products that no other effect that pumping wallets. You know why I get bald? Because I have a lot of testosterone. Real men have a lot of testosterone. The only thing that could potentially be bad for the body, I'm willing to take, are roads. It'd make me even more bald, but it will double my biceps and chest size. In front of a woman, arm size works better than a pigeon haircut. You're right about beard hair. It's a good thing for those with inferior chins, but it's also generally not very hygienic. Nor is it good for being busy with a woman. Bearded men are often the most insecure men. They hide it behind their beard. Because a beard makes anyone look stronger, even the weak one, especially with a big jacket that hides those stick figure arms. Read my first comment again. I said beside the hygienic part, having a healthy skin. But it doesn't change an ugly or beautiful face, nor the amount of hair and beard you grow. Those are things you have, or not. You can't change that, it's hard written in your genetics. It's the same with body size. So many people don't get this. I didn't get it for a long time. OP starts down the path, but as a man I now believe this is not about vanity or standards of beauty. So much making it easier for the person you are looking for to find you. First, there is something called positive assortment. And most living things follow it like seeks like. So if you want someone with certain traits you have to exhibit those. Grooming, health, and hygiene are pretty basic preferences. And leveling up at those isn't falling prey to fashion. Second, finding a really good partner isn't easy. Dating and mating is a numbers game. But getting to know someone takes a lot of time. Most women can talk to anyone they like. But they have lives to lead where they aren't looking for a man. So if you find a way to make it easier for her, you get more chances. Demonstrating you understand that includes showing how you invest in yourself. And helps her to understand what you have to offer. And what you value. She may already be interested, and all she's looking for is that you have a job. Or don't dress exclusively from Goodwill. Or can maintain enough discipline to rely on. That makes it easier for her to decide whether you might be compatible. And whether to invest her time and energy in getting to know you. By participating in this signaling, you aren't somehow moving away from your authentic self. You are showing respect to potential partners by meeting them where they are personally. And making it easier for them to decide whether they should invest in you. Maybe that is compromise, but continuously insisting on doing it your way makes you permanently single. Respect and doing things your partner appreciates underlies good relationships. Of course, you can sit at home on the couch needing to go to the gym, careless of how you present yourself to the world. But you should expect to attract the attention of similar people. How will you even meet those people? It's up to you, but cultivating traits compatible with the person you want to be with helps demonstrate you are worth the trouble she takes to talk to you. I've been working out regularly for years, and I was never even overweight at any point. Make my hair appointments regularly, invest in healthy skincare. Eat healthy whole foods and salads, and dress well. It amazes me every time men complain about not having success in dating or on the apps. But you ask him to upload his profile to see what's wrong, and lo and behold, awful haircuts. Musty t-shirts with some nerd-ass reference nobody understands. Pictures on a trap house bed with dirty sheets. No apparent fitness lifestyle. But claims to work out sometimes. Bitter bios, it's a no for me, darling. Those requirements seem quite harsh. I mean, why should people have to adhere to fashion trends to get a date? Why should people have to work to earn a living? Why should people need money to buy food and water? Everything in life operates under a value-based system. And dating is not excluded from this rule. Personally, I'll do everything in my power to raise my value and my odds of survival instead of trying to start a radical philosophical revolution that we won't see in our lifetime if we tried. I'm aware. However, you're telling men to change who they are and adhere to a societal norm to meet a woman and get a date. That isn't a truthful thing to tell men. Getting a fitness regimen and washing your ass and wearing decent, cleaner, better fitting clothes is not changing who you are. Even wild animals groom themselves to appear healthier and fit for mating season. This sub is full of men who cry about never getting dates, but are responding harshly to this advice that OP. A man who, when he developed better self-care habits, experienced dating success. I'm a woman who dates without much issue. And I'm supporting OP's point about things that will make me swipe left on a guy or not accept to date him. Many women here agree. I don't vibe with a victimhood mentality and like to play up my strengths and do my best to do well no matter the cards dealt to me. This is the only way I've been able to date successfully despite research showing women are the least desirable. I could have accepted defeat and sat on my ass, but I chose not to because I could make that choice. To each his own, but victimhood and lack of initiative are not for me. I think you misinterpreted what I meant. I did not mean that changing clothes changes a person, but rather the mindset which is being presented will change a person. I've seen the men who cry on here, it's really stupid. I'm a young male, and have no dating experience. Mainly because I avoid any kind of dating and focus on other, more important things. I don't think active like a victim is good, nor should it be encouraged. In my case, I don't adhere to fashion trends and have my own style, I guess. It has caused issues with women finding me unattractive. But they're obviously not the girls I would want. Girl, they wouldn't last a second. I saw a guy on this sub complain about how hard dating is for him. As a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, 6-foot-tall white man, like how? You are the standard. Make it make sense. LOL. I live in a majority white state. And I'm competing with very average-looking white women. I know some of those women and they complain about receiving too many matches. Imagine having 0 matches and not being fat. I'm not making this up at all. I disagree. Looks matter to a point, but as long as one can dress well, have good hygiene and can tackle life with confidence, that will up your attractive level heaps. Plus, it's only women who care about looks that go for looks. Do you really want someone who just values you for looks alone? What about ambition, compassion, having a thirst for worldly knowledge and passion? 32F here, and very much agree with this post. But just a reminder that this will get you past the first stage. If you want to be a playboy, that's fine. If you want to have a happy, loving relationship, make sure you also are a decent person. If you have issues / are depressed, go to therapy. If you have low self-esteem or are socially awkward, practice making friends without pressure. You make it seem so simple. Therapy isn't a cure-all, or a magic cure. Most people could do with some therapy. But it's not as simple as that. You don't walk in flawed and out perfect. Also, not all people can afford $200/hour every week or whatever. Get off the high horse. LMAO, how is wanting to better oneself being on their high horse? If improving your life is a priority, then you'll find a way to come up the dollar for therapy. If you want to sit there and cry over it, and call out someone for giving genuine advice, then you can also expect low-value results, and pessimism to be the norm. Good luck with that. Yeah, just don't be ugly if you want a date. You and OP are great people. It's almost like people are purposely not trying to understand. Being a great person doesn't matter if you can't get a first date. Thank you for this post. I'm on dating apps right now, and the number of guys who could easily up their appearance is insane. I'm way more attracted to personality generally, but attraction to looks is def a thing. For me personally, long untamed beards, gross. What do those guys have in common? They're all white and have perfect faces. Now where is the advice if you have ugly facial features, are short, aren't white, and already tried all this with still no results? Is there a cream that will change my bone structure and make me grow 6+ give me white skin? The one true commonality is proper skin care. Great hairstyling, routine fitness, and paying attention to fashion. Like I said in the original post, this won't turn you from butt ugly to supermodel, but it will bump you up 2 to 3 points. If you want that, follow the advice. If not, do you, but don't try and make it seem like only genetically gifted men can make a difference and improve their looks. That's just kind of sad. LMAO. Those guys all have perfect symmetrical faces with perfect hairline and jawline and cheekbones, plus nice eye shapes and noses, i.e., they're good looking in every single respect. The Asian guy looks like he could be a pro model. If you were never fat, never dressed badly, and always had good hairstyles, you can't do anything. The fuck are you talking about? The Indian guy literally grew a jawline with his beard. LMAO. Oh come on bro. Now you actually noticed those features cause they hit the gym and got a haircut or grew facial hair that accentuated their unique facial features. Like the brown guy had a freaking double chin, so he lost weight and grew a beard to highlight his jaw. Also the very first photo of the black guy, he's skin and bones. Most guys either aren't fit, do not dress well, or don't have good hairstyles, or all three. So there's still a lot that can to help them out. Which is why I typed out the above post. I now know no matter how many transformations I show you, there will always be a but. Cause when you've decided you're a victim, there's always an excuse. Fat guys are just lazy. I don't have a double chin. I'm also not beautiful like those guys you posted. I've tried every type of facial hair. I have thousands of dollars worth of clothes. I pay $50 per haircut. Your advice is for lazy handsome men like the ones you posted. Not everyone has a perfect bone structure like they do. Sometimes cutting your body fat just makes your face look more and more hollow because you have no cheekbones. You look gaunt and your eyes droop. Your face looks even more crooked because there's no fat to soften it up. My face looks worse and worse the fitter I get. Every one of those guys has a perfect or near perfect bone structure and looks like he could be on a TV show. He needs to feel like a virtuous human being by offering advice. Anyone with half a brain knows it's just common sense. People like him will never admit that it's just over for ugly men. They will always say you have a victim mentality. WTF are you talking about? I was ugly men. I didn't kiss a girl till I was 20, had sex last year at 22. I'm an ethnic minority with acne scars in a US city. That's by and large white. Used to think it was much personality. Applied the bare minimum to my looks and wondered why no women would touch me. Then I spent like $300 on skincare, found a product that fixed my shitty skin and scars. I already went to the gym regularly. My fashion and hair at the time were met. But like I said, face was most important thing. And by that point women were approaching me. I'm just trying to help other guys in my shoes. Cause I wasted all those years listening to looks don't matter BS from pickup artists, but it seems not everyone wants to listen. You can try to help these guys all you want, but as you're seeing in the comments, they're content with being basic and would rather blame everyone else rather than actually put any effort into themselves. And this is why so many women are staying single. Most men in the US are like the guys in these comments. Victims from left to right. At what point does one take responsibility for themselves and their success? Some initiative is sexy, hello? I don't put any effort into my looks and look a mess generally. And women won't get instantly wet when they see me. I don't know what to do. Exactly. They cry on Reddit every day how dating's so difficult. Then when they get any type of advice they ignore it. And continue blaming their problem on other people. Classic gaslighting. Thanks for the condescending advice, you must be a real relationship expert. And if you aren't, you should be. Then you could make men feel bad about themselves full time. Judging them and putting them under immense pressure to conform to your views. Until their self-esteem is so low they give up altogether. You could give advice to women as well, tell them to lose weight, wear skimpier clothing. Oh wait, no, that would somehow be offensive. But it's okay to do it to guys. The average woman spends significantly more money and time on her appearance than the average man. Agree with you. The rest of the world is perpetually shouting that at us. The OP doesn't need to say it because everyone already is. Agreed. I wasn't actually suggesting he gave advice to women. Maury's trying to draw a comparison. So OP saw what he was doing to men. Clearly if he did advise women, Reddit would go into meltdown with outrage, and rightly so. Thanks for watching my video.